Never mind. Lighter than I thought. I was like testing it. I was like, yeah, it's not that bad.
Yeah. That's all right. Sorry about that.
It's teeny tiny.
Yeah.
Little guy.
Little tiny 3-speed. Look at that thing.
It looks like half of a Muncie. Like the other half should be here, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, little tiny. Apparently they ran these transmissions all the way into like the 70s.
Wow.
The same thing.
Yeah.
Except it was a top loader.
Okay.
They changed it to a top loader, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty smoked.
Really?
It moved. I mean, it feels all right, but it looks like it got. Oh, maybe it's just grease.
Yeah.
No, it's okay.
But it probably hasn't been greased in a long time.
Yeah, it's funny. It's got a grease fitting on it. That's cool.
Yeah. Wow.
All right.
All right. So there's the fork in there, and gotta take a look at this truck here. This transmission. We're gonna change this transmission to make this power steering work. Right now there's no steering column in here. We've got the steering disconnected, and can't fit the power steering on the steering column with the 3 in the tree shifter, so gonna change this transmission to a T170. It looks like that's an 80s Ford Tranny with overdrive, so we'll see if that would fit on these.
I think these are gonna have to get modified too.
Yeah, the exhaust is gonna have to get modified. I didn't see the exhaust is in.
Come out.
Why would they have the exhaust in so close to the center?
I don't know.
It's kind of
just to accommodate with the inlets and the muffler. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe it's just easier with the inlets. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yep. And then they brought it back, and it's good back here.
Yeah.
But that's no big deal.
Yeah, we can modify.
Manchester muffler can take care of that.
Yep.
But yeah, we're gonna have to see if that bell housing is gonna be fit with the T170, because the T170, I believe, you take this off.
Yeah.
This goes off completely, and you put the transmission goes right over and covers everything up. You got to do the clutch, change the clutch, and all kinds of stuff. So
I mean, this is mounting the tranny too. So we might have to do a rear cross member or something.
Might have to do a cross member of some sort of temporary cross member. Yep.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
All right. Cool. Tranny's out.
Yep.
It's a cute little tranny. Look at that little thing, huh? Yeah, you're a cute little tranny. Yeah. Yeah, there it goes.
Yep. All right.
Yep, that woke me up. Got ready for lunch.
There you go.
Favorite time of the day, lunch. It's the best. Best time of the day. This guy back here still on?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just gonna leave that one and tuck it in, because it's welded, just like the other ones were.
Oh, okay. You just pulled it out of the.
Pulled it out.
Oh,
of the
okay.
socket. I had
Yep.
pair of pliers.
All right.
That's
I'll stand down here and grab this end of it. All right. Isn't there a tool for that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They work really well. It's basically a pair of pliers with a punch in it,
Ah,
and it just forces it through.
I thought I saw one the other day on Instagram.
Yeah, they exist. They work great.
I would have definitely put the brake line the other way.
Yeah.
Let me know if you need to go up, down, left, right, whatever.
Yeah, I'm trying to get this brake. You want to just pull it? Get hung up on the mount.
Hang on, we gotta deliver your big box.
Yeah. Big box. Big box.
All right.
It's coming. Hang on.
I'll have to get one of those pair of pliers.
A couple times you use them, it definitely
Yeah, it pays for itself.
Yep.
Or we'll get a pair of pliers, cheap pair of pliers from
make your
Normal
own.
Freight and weld on a punch.
Yeah.
That's what the guy that invented it did.
Yeah, for sure. It's awesome. It keeps moving.
Yeah.
Just flexing. Okay, I'm gonna get a punch.
Okay.
It's like right again.
All right.
Alright, I'm gonna start whacking it. Just be mindful. No, it's, that mount just keeps moving, so I lose all my leverage on it. Almost out.
Is that it?
No, it's real close. It's right to the end. It's just, like I said, that mount just keeps flexing.
One switch
Either that, or if you want to hold on to
to the mount.
the mount
With
with
a pair of pliers?
a pair of pliers, and then you can maybe
All right.
just flex it out.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So close.
Wow.
Yeah. That's the end of it. That's really it.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow, this thing's like a. Oh, there it goes.
Okay. I went out from the front with these.
Okay.
So I think we're gonna here come back with it a little bit.
We got a wire there.
higher. Got a bunch of stuff in the way. Hang on.
Want to go the other way?
What do you think? Yeah.
Let's try going the other way.
Okay. Try and bring that whole. What are you trying to do here?
Bring the whole thing through.
Muffler out this way?
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe it's a crazy idea. I don't know.
Maybe we just got to pull the shock.
What a crazy thing.
Yeah.
Let's try the other way then.
Okay. Giant exhaust.
Yeah.
Just helping.
Well, I did tell him I was going to cut those off.
Okay. We can go higher with lift, maybe. No, you got it.
No, go the other way. Go that way. So, oh, that thing's on.
I got
I didn't see
brake
that.
line and I got the mount.
Oh, I didn't see the mount. Oh, that's the.
the
Yeah, I was going to say it'll come out without the mount.
Just flip the mount right off.
Yeah.
Well, that's easy to weld right back on.
Yeah.
That'll clearance it enough.
Spark wheel does the trick every time.
Fire torch and spark wheel.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay. It's actually a nice exhaust, except
Yeah.
for the very front end.
Yeah.
That's jump.
Okay.
All right, so the engine is being held here. So now you just gotta down. Yep. And you can see what the heck's going on here. Because that transmission's supposed to go onto the engine, I believe.
It's starting to bolts to that bell housing as well. Pull that.
Okay.
You know if this battery's disconnected on this?
Yes. What size are those nuts in that starter? Half inch? Okay. Ford should be, the cable on that should not be live anyway. And this,
No?
yeah, that's because this Ford uses a starter solenoid up on the
Oh,
fender.
yeah, right.
So you can pop
That
that
should
out
be
without
okay.
having to. Yeah, should be all right. One. Two.
One on top.
I can't even see it.
Here. Extension.
don't need no stinking extensions. Yeah, we do.
What do you want? Short one? Long?
Yeah, I just need a. No, it won't need a, just need a straight. Can I borrow one of your straight ones?
Yeah, just looking for a half.
Yeah, I need like a 8 inch.
Oh,
Yeah. Here's a 10. And then the swivel attachment is actually
too much.
fit in there. I got it that time? Yep. There's a bolt up there. That's a bad spot.
Yeah, everything in this truck has been kind of in a bad spot.
Yeah. Well, go forward.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Alright, so these guys, and then the metal housing bolts.
3/4.
3/4, yeah.
3/4.
Yeah. Those are all on the top. That guy.
Oh, there's a.
Not
Oh,
up there.
I thought it was captured.
Oh,
It's a.
you know what size it is?
3/4.
I've got one right here.
Oh, well, that's convenient. Say when.
Go ahead. That's bigger.
Wow, I've never even seen that before.
Did it seem like it's moving?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep.
I want to wail on it too bad.
It's only held on with 4 bolts.
Yeah.
Wow. Right.
Freaking, does it come out now? Cool.
It's definitely cast.
Yeah.
Oh, there goes a special washer. Okay.
Alright.
Now I don't know if.
Look where it's just hanging out back there.
So. Yeah, this clutch is old.
Yeah.
Definitely needs a clutch. They painted it blue.
Yeah.
Wow.
Flywheel.
Why would you paint the flywheel?
Flywheel, the
Pressure
backside of the flywheel is blue.
They just shot the whole thing blue before they put the bell. They just sprayed everything.
Yeah.
Look at that. So we probably just pop that
Pop
off
the clutch off.
and see, you know.
7/16.
Yeah, it looks like half. Should be a socket right there. Impact right there. Yeah, it's definitely been on there a while. I can see some junk and dirt and everything in there, grease. Alright, take the tension off evenly. They got 2 more.
Can you push it against? There you go. That's good. Up here.
Yep.
Okay. It's live.
It's alright, I guess. It's got some miles on it, but it's not.
Too bad.
Yeah, there you go.
This is flywheel. This way? Yeah, makes sense.
Hello? Hey,
Safety wired. Alright. I think that's it for now.
Yeah, that should be 8569.
That's it for now.
That's one. Sounds good. Awesome. Appreciate your help. That's great. Yep. Just busy. Just running around. We're actually in the middle of a full transmission here, so. Thanks a lot, Dave. Appreciate it. See you. Oh, same to you. Yeah, absolutely. And hope you had a good Thanksgiving. All right, man. You take care. Yep. Bye.
You want to take the flywheel off or leave it on? Probably use a resurface, honestly.
Yeah, geez, I wonder who has a flywheel machining, grinding machine.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, we do. We just
do.
got one. Yeah, perfect opportunity to show our flywheel grinding machine. Awesome.
Sweet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Just make sure you. I don't know if these are idiot-proofed with the bolt pattern, which they probably are, or. It looks like these two are further apart than the other ones, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, these are definitely close.
Yeah.
It looks like these two and these two, and these are spaced out.
Yeah, so we just want to make sure we indicate which way it's, I don't want, in case this thing's balanced or something weird's going on. The later stuff, you just idiot-proofed, it just goes on, but this may have a... Looks like this has got 4 bolts with safety wire and then 2 bolts they found in a bin. That's fine. That's good. We don't need the correct bolts. We just need bolts. Boy, a popular guy today.
Yeah, seriously.
Hello. Hi. Hey. Good. What's up? Okay. Okay. I will plan on coming by and getting it tomorrow. Okay, great. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, see you. All of the studs sandblasting is going to be ready to pick up tomorrow.
Nice.
Finally, after 3.5 months.
Finally, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
What are those, 11/16ths, I think?
Yeah, maybe.
That's usually what they are. What they are at Ferd 15,000.
Bird. That's definitely bigger than that. Third. Wow. They're around there tight.
Oh wait, did you mark it?
No, I'm gonna mark it once
Okay.
I have no real reference to mark it.
Yeah. I don't know which way to.
Just gonna measure, just like maybe just the hole.
Actually, the you know what? One thing to remember: the balance holes. All 4 of them are up at the top, pointing towards the distributor.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's one way to remember.
I'll paint pan it.
Yeah, the gear part maybe. Yeah, put a. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, do something. Yeah.
The other bolts are different size.
Oh, that's great.
The other
Big or
bolts are
small?
5/8.
Okay, so we're working on the steering in the 55 Ford pickup truck, and Drew has been working on installing all these parts in here, and he's going to explain to us what's going on here. So.
All right, so we're converting this to power steering, and it had a 3-speed on the column shift, so we had to eliminate that. We're planning on putting a different transmission in, and we'll have more on that later. But the new steering box is in, power steering box is in. We cut the steering column in order to accommodate the new steering box, and now we have to cut the actual steering shaft. So John's gonna machine that for us, and we'll attach it to the coupler, and we should be good to go.
Yeah, we're gonna throw that in the lathe, and we're gonna turn that down. Drew's got this all marked out over here.
So this is the original shaft it would have been all one piece from the factory. So you have to cut that off and then make your measurements. And this was the amount that we had to cut off the steering column, about 5 inches worth. So this is the coupler that goes on the new steering box. Now the steering shaft is a little bit tight, so we're gonna machine it to fit it nice, and then it'll go in there. We have to cut just a little bit off the end, just this little section here, and then machine it so it'll slide in there, and then we can drill it and pin it, and then we should be good to go.
So this customer brought this in here for this power steering upgrade, and we ended up having to change the transmission. Now you might say, wow, that makes no sense. Why did you have to change the transmission? Well, the truck's 3 in the tree. The distance between the firewall and the steering box is way too tight on a Ford of this vintage to allow for you to move the shifter linkage further up and clear this new steering box. The old steering box is much shorter. So the shifter arms are here from the 3 in the tree, and they went down to the 3-speed transmission. With this new steering box, you can redo the 3-speed transmission, and you got the 2 shifter things here, but it's really tight. It's been done before, but at the end of the day, it's a lot of money and time, and then what are you left with? You're left with a 3-speed transmission. Not so drivable, not the greatest. It works, yeah, but it's not that exciting. So, talking to our friends at Millworks Early Ford Hot Rods in New Hampshire, who we deal with on a semi-regular basis, and Matt from Old Yankee Speed Company, we got a T170 transmission out of a 1980s Ford pickup truck. They use these in 2-wheel drive trucks, and it's a 4-speed transmission with overdrive. So what does that mean? A lot of people think that overdrive means there's a separate overdrive unit behind it, kind of like a Volvo 240 would have on, or something like that, with a switch. But it doesn't have to be that way. A lot of these 1970s and especially in the 80s, they took transmissions like this. I know 465 Muncies came like this too, in a different configuration. They had overdrive. 4th gear is just a different ratio than 1-to-1. So most transmissions up until that time period, when you're in 4th, it's 1-to-1. Every time the engine goes around, the drive shaft goes around. This transmission is some sort of, ratio that's, 0.8 to 1 or something like that. So 0.8 turns of the engine equals 1 turn of the drive shaft. So you automatically have overdrive, and it's a very drivable transmission. It's easy to shift. It adds value to the truck, and the customer opted to go with this, and we recommended it. It's gonna work really, really nice in this truck. So the next phase here is going to be making some modifications to this transmission. We have to drill holes in the transmission case with a pattern we get off of the original Ford bell housing, and we have to possibly machine this piece right here to fit into the original Ford bell housing. We're going to drill out the holes in the Ford bell housing to make them through holes, because right now they're threaded from the factory. You would bolt the factory 3-speed on this way, and now we're going to drill these out, and we're going to bolt it from underneath and thread it into this transmission here. So the bolts are going to go the opposite direction, and the transmission is going to fit right on. It centers here. If we need to, we're going to machine this here, this input shaft collar, to fit, and we'll have the holes done. And Ford did not change their clutch and input shaft style through 56 from the flathead. So this is a 55 Ford. The clutch and pressure plate and the throwout bearing is all available from Millworks Hot Rod. So if you want to do this to your Y-block truck, you can contact millworkshotrod.com and go check them out online, give them a call, and they will have all those parts for your clutch on your Ford truck. Ford car, that's a whole other ball game. We don't know that for sure, but we're working on this truck here, and we know that that's the same through 56, so keep that in mind. But the next phase on this is going to be put this bell housing back in, put the transmission back in with the new clutch parts, and ready to rock and roll. All right, so this shaft for the 55 Ford steering, we're going to have to part this shaft, and we're going to machine it down so it fits this rag joint coupling here. All right, so let's see what this rag joint is. This is 756. 756 thousandths, and let's see what our shaft is here. This is the original part here, is 765. 755. So when he slid it on here, he had machined this down or ground this down just to make it fit for test purposes. And so this, it just starts to fit here, but it gets thicker as we go down. So we're going to cut this off. This is the mark, right?
Yeah, this is the cutoff point.
So center of that mark?
Yeah, and then this is machine up to that point.
All right, so we're going to start with that.
Okay.
All right, let's see what that looks like. That goes right on, nice and snug.
Cool.
It's going on with my hand, so
Nice.
I think that's the way to go. And then when we pin it, it's gonna be super tight.
Yeah.
Really nice. Yeah,
Cool.
awesome.
Sweet, good job.
All right. Awesome.
Nice.
Cool. That's perfect. Okay, so here's the T170 transmission inside this 55 Ford here. I've got to make a couple corrections because we're learning as we go here with this thing. We've got it installed right now. There's no clutch in there right now. We found out that the clutch disc for an 80s Ford pickup truck does not work. The reason is the flywheel bolts and the flywheel on the Y-block engine does not work with the clutch disc. So we actually had to have a custom one made for not a lot of money actually by a company in the Midwest, and I'll put a link to the description down in the description for that place if you're interested in finding out about that. They were really helpful and did a great job helping us out with this clutch issue. But Drew has this transmission up in here, and I'll let him explain what he's going to do next.
Yeah, so in order to get the linkage to work, this original clutch pedal assembly was bolted right to the 3-speed transmission on the side. So in order to fix that, we're going to take the original bracket and bolt it to the top shift tower, and then make a bracket to connect all that together. So it'll be majority of factory parts, just a little bit of modification on that. And
yeah, you always want to use factory parts when you can because it just makes it easier connecting to the truck.
But we've got the hole cut in the floor, everything fits. The shifter's in almost perfect location up there. It doesn't hit the seat, doesn't hit the dash, anything like that. So that was good. That was a major win of not having to modify a lot.
Yeah.
So that once that clutch disc comes in, we'll pull this out and then recheck everything. And we just have to shorten the drive shaft, and that's it.
Yeah, it was the guys at the clutch shop, Fort Wayne, Indiana, Fort Wayne Clutch. They again, there'll be a link in the description, but they bent over backwards for us. The guy talking to him on the phone, he had one of those clutch discs in hand for a Y-block V8, and we had to have some modifications done to it to make it fit, and he literally had it in shipping within 10 to 15 minutes of me talking. It was unbelievable. I don't know. I mean, we're nobody special, that's for sure, but I didn't ask for any special treatment. He just was like, oh, I got that right here. Here you go. That's what you need. Okay, boom, done. Out the door. So that was awesome. So huge shout out to Fort Wayne Clutch in Indiana, and so that's on its way here. So the next thing will be, we'll pull this bell housing and tranny back out, and we'll show the clutch when that comes in and assembling this whole thing for the final time. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to have to get this drive shaft modified. Yep. Right?
Yeah.
We've got to
probably be shorter.
Figure this guy out, and this is something we can do today.
Yep.
Get this guy in and figure this out, and measure the change here, and get that up to the drive shaft shop. All right, stay tuned. All right, everybody, welcome back. We've got an update here on the Ford F100 project. The engine and transmission are mated now. We've got this thing in with the drive shaft. It's running and driving. The truck is really, really drivable now, and it was amazing the difference between the 3-speed transmission and this T170 4-speed transmission that we put in here. So I want to show you real quick underneath the hood here. Let's pop this open. We'll take a walk around and go underneath. So we didn't really do anything huge underneath the hood here except for the power steering pump right here and brackets. We installed this. We bought this kit online. We're going to put a link in the description to this. This fits the Y-block engine. It said it fits the 292 and up. They weren't sure if it fits the 272. But we've put it on this 272 and it works great. And the power steering servo down here, if you will, the steering box pump, I should say, is all installed with the new lines here we had made up locally. And this system went right in, it bolts right in. We'll put a link to that in the description. For whatever reason, they don't make this and that together. Why? We don't know. They should. The people that make these two different kits should get together and sell them as one unit, because it would be really easier to do than having to search around to find both of them. But in any event, everything fit really nice. That was pretty much the changes under here. I had to get in here and, oh, we got a fan belt here. We're working on the pulley over here on the water pump. The pulley we got from the manufacturer is defective, and it's out of round, and it's actually making the power steering pump belt tighter and looser, and you go to drive and steer with the steering wheel, and the power steering works great for a second, then it doesn't, then it's good, then it doesn't. And the problem was the pulley, and you could actually see it going up and down and oblong. It was I've never seen that before, so we've got to replace that. We're working on that. This carburetor here is, we didn't touch this really. It was on here, the customer didn't touch it. It's been on here for years, but it seems to work okay. I had to move the fuel pump, the accelerator pump cam up here to a different position, and it's not even really that, it doesn't even really look right. It works, it's not going to come loose, but it works way, way better than it did before. Before, you'd move this thing, oh gosh, maybe 15, 20 degrees before it would actually actuate the pump. Now you can see the pump is moving immediately as soon as you hit the gas. So we think we've got a slight hesitation on this thing. I think it's just bad fuel. The seals inside there and the accelerator pump could be bad. You know, the diaphragm could have a problem or whatever, but customer doesn't want us to really get into that necessarily right now. But overall, the truck runs really good. And we also found something else interesting. This coil, which I've replaced already, says use with external resistor. And we have an external resistor. The one that was on here said no external resistor required. And this engine ran terrible with that. And what I believe we were getting was too low of a voltage. I'm actually surprised it ran. And the engine was really, it hesitated. It didn't run, it didn't spit and fart, but it just hesitated and didn't want to run at lower speeds, and it broke down at high speeds. It ran good in the middle. It was really weird, and I just happened to see that the other day. I saw that verbiage on that coil just like that, and so we put this one on, and now it runs way, way better. This thing fires right up. We'll start this up here in a minute. We're going to take this for a little test drive today. And underneath, we've got, where's the creeper? Here's the creeper. Here it is. So it's kind of hard to see under here, but we've got the drive shaft in here. This exhaust is kind of, I don't know if you could see in here, this isn't the greatest camera angle, but we've got our drive shaft in here. We had this drive shaft made up at a local drive shaft shop. It's actually a new drive shaft shop, which is really neat to see. In our area, where there's only really 2 places to go, now we have this 3rd place to go, which is actually really close to our shop, so that's awesome. And these guys are brand new. They got a brand new drive shaft balancing machine and a brand new weld cutter machine. And so they did an excellent job. We'll put a link to them in the description as well. If you're in the central Connecticut area or anywhere really around Connecticut, you can come and have them check out drive shaft and fix it for you. But here's the T170 transmission mounted in here on the Y-block transmission bell housing, and it really it went in there really nice. The position of the shifter is perfect in the truck. I'm a big guy. I'm 6'3", 265. I'm a big guy, so you know, if I can fit in there, and the shifter, for me, if it was my truck, I'd probably have to, you know, heat up the shifter and bend the shifter over a little bit, but not much. For anybody else, it's fine. And the position of it front to back works great. And this whole setup is really, really nice in this truck. So if you have a, you know, 40s or 50s Ford pickup and you need to swap the transmission, you want to get a little more performance out of it, this is a really, really good option. It wasn't that expensive. I think it was, I can't remember how much the transmission was. I think it was $800 or $900 for the transmission. It's used. It's a very good used transmission. We took the top off, checked that there's nothing wrong with it, and we replaced the tail shaft seal, and that was about it. So, oh, get out from underneath here. I'm stuck. Got the creeper here, and I don't fit that well. So the only thing we have left to do here, we got this wire here under the hood. This is the horn wire. Somebody, I don't know if this is a lamp cord or what this is, but this is not us. This was in the truck. We have to hook up a, the only disadvantage of the power steering system is you have to hook up an auxiliary horn button for your horn, because with this Toyota steering box down here, the old trucks had a wire going down through the steering column, through the steering box, out the bottom to activate your horn. And obviously with the 1980s Toyota steering box, they didn't have that, so we can't run that through. So we're gonna, the horn button's a dummy. We're gonna put a separate horn button underneath the dash somewhere and hook that up. But that's the only thing we've got to do there. And this pulley. And we'll take a look in the cab here real quick. It's just kind of cool here. We got new horn button on here, even though it's not going to be used for the horn. It still looks correct. It's the original one. We had one on there, and the thing just ended up breaking. The original one, the plastic snapped off one of the tabs or something. So we had to grab a new one. It wasn't expensive. You can get that from Dennis Carpenter Ford Parts online. Very big Ford supplier. They've got pretty much anything you need. And here is the T170 shifter. Get in here. And this thing, I'm a big guy, and I'm sitting in here, and I can see if I can do this here. I mean, my leg is right here, so it's just touching my leg here. But I'm a big guy, so I mean, if you're anybody smaller than me, this is no problem here. And look at the distance between the dash. You know, you're in high gear, plenty of room. You're not going to hit your knuckles. How many times have you been in a truck with a modified transmission? They don't take that into account. They just, you push the transmission forward, your knuckle hits the dash or something stupid, and then when it goes down this way, there's plenty of room between the shifter and the seat. So if you do this T170, it's out of 80s Ford pickup trucks, F150s and F250s, and also some Jeeps use these in a four-wheel drive version. They had the four-wheel drive tail shaft on it, so you'd have to modify that to put it in a two-wheel drive truck. But if you're looking for a four-wheel drive truck, find the Jeep one, and you know, you could put that in here too. But this transmission is really nice, and as you can see, it's got overdrive. So we've got overdrive, and this thing, I would say this is going to be able to do 70 on the highway, 65, 70, no problem. In a 55 Ford, that's pretty awesome. So that's where we're at. Just a cool truck, nice lines. Ford did a pretty good job here with the styling these years here. I think 56 is the last year for this body, this cab, and then they got rid of it and went to in 57 they had the big round headlights out here with the eyebrows on them, and they totally changed it up, new cab and everything, I believe. If you have any more information on that, put it down in the comments. Love to hear about it, because I am not a 50s Ford truck expert. And somebody put some wood on the back here. They put a wood rack on it. Not my particular taste, but it's cool. It's done nicely. It makes the truck look unique. Some people like that style, so that's cool. And you got the old school tailgate with the chains back here, and the old school Ford taillights, which are actually really nice, very iconic. And we've got the wood bed back here, all done really nice, all new strips. And they've got a diamond plate back on the front of the bed. So they decided to cover that up there or whatnot. So this truck is pretty much completed. We have a new project coming in here after this guy. It's a 58 Edsel car. And if you've never heard of an Edsel, it was built by Ford. It was built to honor Edsel Ford, Henry Ford's son. And it was built from I think it was 58, 59, and 60. They had three model years for those cars. If you have any more information on Edsel, please add it in the comments below. Again, with an Edsel, I'm not an expert, that's for sure. But we're going to bring that in here, and we're going to completely rebuild the engine. The engine was supposedly rebuilt in the early 2000s. It definitely was not. It's got lots of blow-by. It's got lots of problems. The rest of the car is actually really solid. It's a Southern car. It doesn't have any rust. So we're going to bring that in here and redo the motor and redo the brakes. It needs some brake work. And other than that, it's a really cool driver. It's an original car. And, you know, some people, you know, it's either a love it or hate it kind of thing with an Edsel. It's a very unique grille in the front. It's a vertical oval. And we'll have that in here soon. So keep your eyes out for that. This, guys, I'm going to call it done. We've got a couple of little things to wrap up, but it's going out of here. And we'll bring in the next one. So stay tuned and keep that old line running.